The Soviet Union built a 640-ton aircraft that could carry entire locomotives, a tank with 5 turrets requiring 12 crew members, and a missile-launching boat that flew just above water at 340 miles per hour. While the West focused on practical engineering, Soviet designers created machines so outrageous, they seemed pulled from science fiction. These weren't concept drawings or propaganda fantasies, they were real, operational vehicles that pushed the boundaries of physics and common sense. Welcome to the most insane chapter of military engineering history. The Antonov An-225 Mriya, the Sky Titan. A single aircraft engine failure would ground most planes, but the An-225 Mriya could lose 3 of its 6 engines and still fly safely. This Ukrainian-built monster wasn't just the world's largest aircraft, it was a flying impossibility that redefined what could take to the skies. Stretching 275 feet long with a wingspan wider than a football field, the Mriya weighed 640 tons when fully loaded. Its cargo hold could fit 50 cars or house 4 crew members comfortably in its engineering bay. The aircraft required 32 wheels just to distribute its massive weight on runways, with 20 of those wheels being steerable for ground maneuvering. Originally designed to piggyback the Soviet Buran space shuttle, the Mriya became a commercial cargo hauler after the space program ended. It routinely transported objects once thought impossible to move by air: 130-ton generators, wind turbine blades longer than most aircraft, and even diesel locomotives. The sight of this 6-engine giant attracted crowds wherever it landed, becoming a symbol of Ukrainian engineering pride. The aircraft's unique design featured twin vertical stabilizers and engines mounted above the wings to avoid ground debris when loading oversized cargo. Its maximum altitude of 36,000 feet meant it could fly intercontinental routes while carrying payloads that would require multiple cargo ships to transport by sea. Tragically, the only completed Mriya was destroyed during the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, ending the operational life of aviation's most ambitious achievement. The T-35 heavy tank, the land battleship. Imagine a tank so massive it needed 11 crew members and got lost because its own turrets blocked the driver's vision. The T-35 wasn't just a tank, it was a mobile fortress that embodied Soviet excess in armored warfare. At 45 tons and nearly 32 feet long, the T-35 featured 5 turrets bristling with weapons: one 76mm main gun, 2 45mm cannons, and up to 7 machine guns. This firepower required a crew larger than most aircraft, with gunners, loaders, and commanders spread across separate fighting compartments that couldn't communicate effectively with each other. The tank's design philosophy assumed it would break through enemy lines while creating a sea of fire around itself. In reality, the T-35 proved mechanically unreliable and strategically useless. Its 500 horsepower engine could barely push the massive hull to 19 miles per hour on roads, and cross-country mobility was practically non-existent. Only 61 T-35s were ever built, making them more valuable as parade vehicles than combat weapons. During World War II, most T-35s were lost to mechanical breakdowns rather than enemy action. The few that saw combat were quickly destroyed or abandoned when their complex systems failed under battlefield conditions. The T-35 represented the interwar period's obsession with multi-turreted land battleships, a concept that looked impressive on paper but proved disastrously impractical in real warfare. It remains the only 5-turreted tank ever to reach mass production, a testament to Soviet willingness to build the impossible. The Lune-class Ekranoplan, the flying warship. Soviet engineers created a 240-foot missile-armed vehicle that wasn't quite a plane and wasn't quite a ship. It was something entirely new that skimmed across water at 340 miles per hour while carrying enough firepower to sink an entire naval fleet. The Lune-class Ekranoplan exploited ground effect physics, using the air cushion created between its massive wings and the water surface to achieve lift without actually flying. This allowed the 240-ton vehicle to cruise just 13 feet above the waves, too low for radar detection but too fast for naval defenses. Armed with 6 P-270 Mosquet anti-ship missiles, the Lune could engage targets 75 miles away while remaining virtually invisible to enemy sensors. Its 8 turbojet engines provided enough thrust to accelerate this flying fortress to speeds that would make most naval vessels look stationary. The craft's unique design challenges included saltwater corrosion from constant spray, limited operational conditions requiring calm seas, and the need for specially trained pilots who understood both aviation and maritime operations. The International Maritime Organization classified ekranoplans as ships rather than aircraft, creating regulatory confusion that persists today. Only one Lune-class ekranoplan was completed before the Soviet Union's collapse ended the program. The surviving vehicle now sits as a museum piece on the Caspian seashore, a reminder of Soviet ambitions to revolutionize naval warfare through physics-defying engineering. The Buran Space Shuttle, the Soviet Space Phantom. While NASA's space shuttle required pilots for every mission, the Soviet Buran accomplished something American engineers thought impossible. It flew to orbit and landed completely unmanned, controlled entirely by computers in an era when most people had never seen a personal computer. The Buran program represented the Soviet Union's most expensive space project, involving over 1,000 companies across the country. Unlike the American shuttle, which carried its main engines into orbit, Buran rode atop the massive Energia rocket, making it a true passenger spacecraft rather than a rocket-powered aircraft. On November 15, 1988, Buran completed its only spaceflight, a flawless two-orbit mission lasting 208 minutes. The spacecraft launched automatically, maneuvered in orbit using onboard computers, and executed a perfect runway landing without any human intervention. This automated capability was decades ahead of its time, predating modern autonomous vehicle technology by 30 years. The shuttle's cargo bay could accommodate satellites up to 56 feet long, and its crew cabin was designed for 6 cosmonauts. Additional crew members could ride in the cargo area for specialized missions. The spacecraft's heat shield used different materials than NASA's shuttle, optimized for the harsh conditions of Soviet launch sites. Despite its technological success, Buran never flew again. The Soviet Union's collapse in 1991 ended funding for the program, and the only operational orbiter was destroyed in 2002 when its storage hangar collapsed. The program's cancellation marked the end of Soviet dreams of routine space transportation. The VDNKH robot, the Soviet android dream. In 1959, when most people thought robots existed only in science fiction, Soviet engineers unveiled a 1.8-meter humanoid robot that could execute 18 commands, respond to light and sound, and perform for amazed crowds at Moscow's VDNKH Exhibition Center. The VDNKH robot represented the Soviet Union's early experiment in humanoid robotics, designed to showcase technological superiority during the Cold War. Standing on a specially built stage in front of the electrification pavilion, the robot performed demonstrations every 2 hours, combining engineering achievement with theatrical showmanship. This early android could perform basic human movements, respond to voice commands, and navigate simple obstacles using primitive sensors. While crude by modern standards, the robot's capabilities were revolutionary for the 1950s, predating industrial robotics by decades, and demonstrating Soviet commitment to automation technology. The robot's design philosophy reflected Soviet optimism about human-machine collaboration, envisioning a future where robots would support workers in factories and daily life. Its public demonstrations captured imaginations and inspired a generation of Soviet engineers to pursue robotics research. The VDNKH robot's legacy extends beyond its mechanical capabilities to its cultural impact, representing a time when robotics was emerging as a field full of promise. It embodied the Soviet Union's drive to innovate through technology, blending practical demonstration with symbolic hope for technological progress that would define the space age. The MAZ-7907, the 24-wheeled nuclear nightmare. Soviet engineers built a truck so massive it needed 24 wheels, 2 tank engines, and electric motors at every wheel, just to move a 100-ton nuclear missile across rough terrain. And only 2 of these mechanical monsters were ever completed. The MAZ 7907 stretched 92 feet long and weighed 66 tons empty, designed specifically to transport the RT-23 Molodets intercontinental ballistic missile. This road-mobile nuclear launcher represented the ultimate expression of Cold War mobility, capable of carrying world-ending firepower to any location accessible by road. 2 1,250 horsepower gas turbine engines from T-80 tanks powered electric generators that fed individual motors at each of the 24 wheels. This turbine electric drive system allowed the massive vehicle to navigate rough terrain while maintaining the precision needed for missile deployment. 8 of the 12 axles were steerable, enabling surprisingly tight turns for such a massive vehicle. The truck's articulated frame and independent hydropneumatic suspension for each wheel helped it traverse difficult terrain without losing stability. Despite weighing over 200 tons when loaded, the MAZ 7907 could achieve speeds of 25 miles per hour on roads and maintain mobility across unpaved surfaces that would stop conventional vehicles. The end of the Cold War eliminated the need for road-mobile nuclear missiles, leaving the MAZ 7907 without a mission. One surviving chassis was later used to transport an 88-ton ship 250 kilometers across Belarus, proving the vehicle's incredible load-carrying capability, even in civilian applications. The Caspian Sea Monster, the original Ekranoplan. American spy satellites detected something so bizarre skimming across the Caspian Sea that CIA analysts couldn't determine if it was a plane, a ship, or something entirely new. They simply called it the Caspian Sea Monster, and it became one of the Cold War's most mysterious weapons. The KM, or Korabel Maket, was the world's first operational ground effect vehicle, a 348-foot experimental craft that flew just above the water surface using 8 massive turbojet engines. Weighing over 540 tons, it was simultaneously the heaviest aircraft and fastest ship ever built when it began testing back in 1966. This flying Leviathan exploited ground effect physics to achieve impossible performance, skimming across water at speeds up to 460 miles per hour while remaining invisible to radar. Its massive size, longer than a Boeing 747 with engines producing 127,000 pounds of thrust, made it detectable by satellites but honestly incomprehensible to intelligence analysts. The KM's experimental nature meant constant testing and modification throughout its operational life. Soviet engineers used it to develop techniques for ground effect flight, leading to later military applications like the Lund-class Ekranoplan. Its unique capabilities included the ability to carry massive payloads at aircraft speeds while operating from any large body of water. The monster's career ended in 1980, when pilot error caused it to crash into the Caspian Sea during a test flight. No lives were lost, but the unique vehicle sank and remains on the sea floor, taking with it secrets of Soviet ground effect technology that took decades to fully understand. The Zveno flying aircraft carrier, the aerial mothership. Soviet engineers solved the problem of limited fighter aircraft range by creating something that sounds like science fiction. A massive bomber that carried smaller fighter planes on its wings and released them in mid-air for combat missions. The Zveno project transformed a TB-3 heavy bomber into a flying aircraft carrier, mounting up to 5 smaller aircraft on its wings and fuselage. I-16 fighters would attach to the bomber before takeoff, ride to the target area, then detach for independent combat operations before returning to land at conventional airfields. This aerial mothership concept addressed the fundamental limitation of 1930s fighter aircraft. Their short range made them useless for long-distance missions. By carrying fighters to the battle zone, the Zveno system extended their operational radius by hundreds of miles, effectively creating mobile air bases that could appear anywhere within the bomber's range. The system required extraordinary pilot skill and precise coordination. Fighter pilots had to attach their aircraft to the bomber's wing mounts, ride through potentially turbulent flight conditions, then detach cleanly without colliding with the carrier aircraft or other fighters. The complexity of these operations limited the system's practical applications. Despite successful testing and limited combat use during World War II, the Zveno concept was abandoned as aircraft technology advanced. Longer-range fighters and aerial refueling made the flying aircraft carrier unnecessary, but the project demonstrated Soviet willingness to pursue unconventional solutions to tactical problems. The 1K-17 Shati laser tank, the Soviet death ray. While science fiction promised laser weapons in the distant future, Soviet engineers built a working laser tank in the 1970s that could blind pilots and destroy optical equipment using focused light beams generated by synthetic rubies weighing 66 pounds each. The 1K-17 Shati mounted an array of 13 laser emitters on a tank chassis, each focusing powerful light through synthetically grown rubies to create coherent beams capable of damaging enemy equipment. Unlike modern military lasers designed to burn through targets, the Shati was built to blind and disorient rather than destroy. The system's ruby-based laser technology represented cutting-edge Soviet research into directed energy weapons. Each ruby crystal required precise manufacturing and alignment to focus the laser beams effectively, making the entire system incredibly complex and expensive to maintain. Combat applications included disabling enemy optical systems, blinding pilots during low-level attacks, and potentially damaging sensitive electronic equipment. The laser array could fire in pulses to prevent overheating while maintaining effectiveness against multiple targets. The Shatya never saw combat deployment, remaining an experimental system throughout its development. The complexity of maintaining the laser array, combined with the emergence of more practical anti-aircraft systems, led to the program's cancellation. However, the technology developed for the Shatya influenced later Soviet research into directed energy weapons. The Bartini-Beriev VVA-14, the Soviet Millennium Falcon. 5 years before Star Wars introduced the Millennium Falcon, Soviet designers created an aircraft that looked like it came from a galaxy far, far away. A vertical takeoff amphibious plane designed to hunt American submarines anywhere in the world's oceans. The VVA-14's bizarre elliptical shape served multiple purposes. The entire fuselage acted as a lifting body, while inflatable pontoons allowed water operations and vertical takeoff capability. This unique design enabled the aircraft to operate from land, water, or even rough seas where conventional seaplanes would be destroyed. Designed by Italian engineer Roberto Bartini, working in the Soviet Union, the VVA-14 was intended to counter American Polaris submarine-launched ballistic missiles. The aircraft would patrol vast ocean areas, using its amphibious capabilities to land on water for extended surveillance missions or emergency operations. The prototype's test flights revealed both the promise and problems of its unconventional design. While the lifting body concept worked, the complex systems required for vertical takeoff and amphibious operations proved unreliable. The aircraft's unique appearance and advanced capabilities made it a showcase of Soviet aerospace ambition. Only one prototype was completed before the program ended in the mid-1970s. The VVA-14's influence on science fiction design is unmistakable, and its advanced concepts predated modern vertical takeoff aircraft by decades. The surviving prototype remains a testament to Soviet willingness to pursue revolutionary aircraft designs. These 10 mechanical monsters prove that Soviet engineers never met an impossible idea they wouldn't try to build. From flying tanks to nuclear-powered trucks, they created machines that pushed physics to its limits and common sense beyond recognition. While many failed spectacularly, others achieved the impossible and changed military technology forever. What's your favorite Soviet engineering nightmare? Share your thoughts below. Hit that like button if these crazy machines amazed you, and subscribe to Future Facts for more incredible stories of human ingenuity gone wild. Until next time, keep questioning everything. A mysterious cigar-shaped object that baffled scientists in 2017 has returned to our solar system, and this time, it's transmitting signals that NASA doesn't want you to hear. Joe Rogan recently dropped a bombshell on his podcast, claiming that Oumuamua, the first confirmed interstellar visitor, is back and actively communicating with Earth. But here's the shocking part. Government agencies are allegedly suppressing the evidence. What are these objects really trying to tell us? Why is the scientific establishment so desperate to maintain the natural explanation narrative? The answers might terrify you. The original Oumuamua mystery, a cosmic anomaly. What if I told you that in 2017, something entered our solar system that shouldn't exist according to our understanding of physics? October 19, 2017, changed everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. Astronomers at the Haleakala Observatory in Hawaii detected a dark, elongated object hurtling through our solar system at impossible speeds. They named it Oumuamua, Hawaiian for scout or messenger from afar arriving first. This wasn't just another asteroid. Oumuamua measured roughly 1,300 feet long but only 130 feet wide, giving it a cigar-like shape unlike anything in our solar system. Its surface was dark red, suggesting billions of years of cosmic radiation exposure during its journey through interstellar space. But the real mystery began when scientists tried to understand its behavior. Traditional asteroids and comets follow predictable paths governed by gravity and solar radiation. Oumuamua didn't. It accelerated as it moved away from the sun without displaying any visible comet tail or gas emissions that would explain the propulsion. This non-gravitational acceleration violated our understanding of celestial mechanics and sparked intense debate in the scientific community. The Breakthrough Listen investigation, searching for signals. Imagine the world's most powerful radio telescope suddenly turning toward a single mysterious object in space. That's exactly what happened when Oumuamua's strange behavior captured global attention. The Breakthrough Listen project, a $100 million initiative to search for extraterrestrial intelligence, immediately turned their most sensitive equipment toward the mysterious visitor. The Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia, one of the world's most sensitive radio receivers, began monitoring Oumuamua for any artificial signals. The investigation wasn't casual curiosity. Breakthrough Listen scientists recognized that if Oumuamua was indeed artificial, it might be transmitting data back to its creators or attempting to communicate with Earth. The telescope listened across multiple radio frequencies from 1 to 12 gigahertz, capable of detecting signals as weak as a cell phone transmission from Oumuamua's distance. During the first observation session, the Green Bank Telescope recorded a staggering 90 terabytes of raw data, enough information to fill 23 high-end computers. While no obvious artificial signals were detected in the initial analysis, the sheer volume of data required months of processing. Scientists had to filter out Earth-based interference, satellite communications, and natural cosmic background radiation to isolate any potential extraterrestrial transmissions. Joe Rogan's explosive NASA accusations, the cover-up claims. If this was just a rock, why is everyone so nervous about it? This explosive question from Joe Rogan has sent shockwaves through both the scientific community and his massive audience. On a recent episode of The Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast host made stunning accusations that NASA has been deliberately withholding crucial information about Oumuamua and its potential extraterrestrial origins. Rogan's accusations center on what he describes as NASA's rushed dismissal of the artificial hypothesis and their apparent reluctance to conduct more thorough investigations. He points to the agency's quick pivot to natural explanations, including the controversial hydrogen iceberg theory, as evidence of a deliberate cover-up designed to prevent public panic. The podcast host also highlighted the suspicious timing of certain NASA announcements and the agency's apparent pressure on scientists like Avi Loeb to tone down their extraterrestrial theories. According to Rogan, this pattern of behavior suggests institutional knowledge of Oumuamua's true nature, and a coordinated effort to suppress that information from the public. His comments struck a chord with millions of listeners who have long suspected government agencies of hiding evidence of alien contact, raising uncomfortable questions about scientific transparency. The new interstellar visitor, 3I Atlas, arrives. Just when you thought the Oumuamua mystery was fading into history, the universe delivered another cosmic curveball. In July 2025, astronomers made another startling discovery that has reignited all the old questions about interstellar visitors. The Atlas survey system detected a new interstellar object designated 3I/Atlas, officially making it only the third confirmed visitor from beyond our solar system. Unlike its predecessor, 3I/Atlas displays clear cometary activity, complete with a visible coma and tail as it approaches the Sun. At an estimated 12 miles in diameter, it's significantly larger than Oumuamua and much brighter, allowing for extended observation periods that just weren't possible with the original mysterious visitor. What makes 3I/Atlas particularly intriguing is its trajectory and timing. The object is approaching from the direction of the galactic center, following a path that some researchers suggest could be artificially controlled. Its arrival so soon after Oumuamua has led to speculation about whether these objects might be related, perhaps part of a larger reconnaissance mission or communication network. Early observations have revealed some disturbing similarities to Oumuamua's anomalous behavior, including unexpected acceleration patterns that challenge conventional explanations. The signal detection claims what NASA won't tell you. What if I told you that radio telescopes have been picking up structured signals from interstellar objects, but the data is being classified rather than published? According to sources close to the Breakthrough Listen project and other SETI initiatives, there's more to the Oumuamua story than the public has been told. While official reports state that no artificial signals were detected, insiders claim that certain anomalous readings were dismissed or classified rather than investigated further. These alleged signals weren't the obvious hello messages that science fiction might suggest. Instead, They reportedly consisted of subtle patterns in radio emissions, structured data bursts that occurred during specific phases of Oumuamua's rotation, and frequency modulations that seemed too organized to be natural phenomena. The complexity of these potential communications required sophisticated analysis that may have revealed their artificial nature. Joe Rogan's sources suggest that when these signals were first detected, they triggered immediate classified briefings with government officials and military personnel. The decision was allegedly made to suppress the findings to prevent public panic, while further investigation continued in secret. Even more disturbing are reports that similar signals have been detected from the new 3’s object, suggesting an ongoing communication attempt. The Harvard connection. Avi Loeb's controversial stand. One Harvard professor dared to say what others wouldn't: Oumuamua might be alien technology, and his career nearly ended because of it. Dr. Avi Loeb's willingness to publicly discuss Oumuamua's potential artificial origins made him both a hero to UFO enthusiasts and a pariah within certain scientific circles. As the chair of Harvard's astronomy department and former director of the Institute for Theory and Computation, Loeb's credentials were impeccable, making his extraterrestrial hypothesis impossible to dismiss as fringe science. His argument was elegantly simple. When faced with an object that behaves unlike anything in our solar system, scientists should consider all possibilities, including artificial origins. The scientific establishment's reaction to Loeb's hypothesis was swift and harsh. Colleagues criticized his sensationalism, funding agencies questioned his research priorities, and academic journals became reluctant to publish papers exploring the artificial possibility. This institutional pressure revealed the scientific community's deep discomfort with extraterrestrial explanations, even when supported by evidence. Loeb's appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast brought his theories to a massive mainstream audience, bypassing traditional academic gatekeepers. During the interview, he detailed the specific characteristics that made Oumuamua unique, and explained why the artificial hypothesis deserved serious consideration rather than reflexive dismissal. The physics of impossible objects. Why natural explanations fail. The scientific community's attempts to explain Oumuamua through natural processes have produced theories so exotic they make alien technology seem reasonable by comparison. The most prominent explanation suggests that Oumuamua was a hydrogen iceberg, a chunk of frozen hydrogen that sublimated invisibly as it approached the sun, providing the thrust needed for its observed acceleration. But, this hydrogen iceberg theory faces numerous problems that would make any physicist uncomfortable. Hydrogen ice is extremely fragile and would likely disintegrate during the millions of years required for interstellar travel. Plus, the sublimation process would need to occur at precisely the right rate and direction to produce Oumuamua's observed acceleration without creating a visible coma or tail. Alternative natural explanations are equally problematic. Some scientists suggested that Oumuamua might be a dust bunny held together by weak forces, but this couldn't account for its structural integrity during close solar approach. Others proposed that it was a fragment of a larger body destroyed by tidal forces. But this doesn't explain its unique shape or behavior. The failure of natural explanations becomes more apparent when considering Oumuamua's trajectory. The object's path through our solar system was nearly perfect for a reconnaissance mission, providing optimal viewing angles of all major planets while maintaining a safe distance from gravitational capture. The communication theory. Decoding alien messages. What if advanced civilizations don't send obvious radio signals but instead hide their messages in the behavior of seemingly natural objects? If Oumuamua and similar objects are indeed artificial, their purpose might extend beyond simple reconnaissance. Advanced extraterrestrial civilizations would likely use sophisticated communication methods that appear natural to primitive observers, basically hiding their messages in plain sight. The communication theory suggests that these interstellar visitors serve as relay stations or message carriers, transmitting information across vast galactic distances. Their unusual trajectories and behaviors might be carefully choreographed to deliver specific data to civilizations capable of recognizing the artificial patterns. This approach would explain why obvious radio signals weren't detected. The real messages might be encoded in the object's physical properties, orbital mechanics, or subtle electromagnetic emissions. The information could be stored in the visitor's material composition, revealed through spectroscopic analysis, or transmitted through gravitational wave patterns that are just too sophisticated for current human technology to decode. The timing of these visits might also be significant. Oumuamua arrived just as humanity developed the technological capability to detect and study interstellar objects, suggesting that our cosmic neighbors might be responding to our recent technological advancement. The rapid appearance of 3I Atlas could indicate an escalation in this communication attempt. The government response, classified implications. The moment scientists confirmed Oumuamua's anomalous behavior, something unprecedented happened behind closed doors that the public was never meant to know about. The potential discovery of extraterrestrial technology visiting our solar system would trigger immediate classified responses from government agencies worldwide. According to Joe Rogan's sources, this classified response began immediately after Oumuamua's strange acceleration was confirmed. Emergency briefings were conducted for senior government officials, and contingency plans were activated to manage potential public disclosure. The decision to suppress evidence of artificial origins allegedly came from the highest levels of government. The reasoning behind this cover-up involves concerns about social stability, economic disruption, and religious upheaval that might result from confirmed alien contact. Government analysts reportedly concluded that humanity wasn't psychologically prepared for such revelations, and that gradual disclosure would be necessary to prevent panic and social collapse. This classified response would explain the unusual pressure placed on scientists to avoid extraterrestrial explanations and the rapid development of alternative theories, regardless of their scientific validity. It would also account for the apparent coordination between different space agencies and research institutions in promoting the natural explanation narrative. The arrival of 3I Atlas has reportedly triggered similar classified responses, with government officials now facing the possibility that these visits represent an ongoing phenomenon. The future of disclosure. What happens next? We're standing at the threshold of the most significant moment in human history, and most people don't even realize it. As more interstellar objects are detected and their artificial nature becomes increasingly difficult to deny, the question isn't whether extraterrestrial contact will be revealed, but when and how. The scientific community's credibility is already strained by their increasingly exotic natural explanations, and public skepticism is growing thanks to voices like Joe Rogan's. The next phase of this cosmic drama will likely involve more sophisticated detection methods and analysis techniques that make artificial origins undeniable. Government disclosure might come gradually, beginning with acknowledgement that some objects display anomalous characteristics before eventually admitting their artificial nature. This controlled revelation would allow society to adjust slowly to the reality of extraterrestrial intelligence while maintaining institutional authority and social stability. Alternatively, the truth might emerge through leaked classified documents, whistleblower testimonies, or independent research that bypasses official channels. The internet age makes information suppression increasingly difficult, and the growing number of people involved in interstellar object research makes leaks more likely. The ultimate revelation that humanity is not alone in the universe will mark the beginning of a new era in human history. Whether we're ready or not, our cosmic neighbors appear to be making contact, and their messages are becoming impossible to ignore. The mystery of Oumuamua and its potential alien origins represents more than just another space anomaly. It's a test of humanity's readiness to join a larger cosmic community. Joe Rogan's explosive accusations about NASA's cover-up might sound like conspiracy theory, but the evidence supporting artificial origins continues to mount with each new discovery. The cosmic messengers are here, and their signals are becoming impossible to ignore. What do you think these mysterious visitors are really trying to tell us? Share your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe to Future Facts for more mind-bending revelations about our cosmic neighbors. Until next time, keep watching the skies. After 46 years of exploration, Voyager 1 has finally broken through the ultimate barrier, the heliosphere, and entered true interstellar space. But, the data streaming back from 15 billion miles away is completely rewriting everything scientists thought they knew about the void between stars. This isn't the empty darkness we expected. The space beyond our solar system's protective bubble is alive with invisible forces, mysterious structures, and phenomena that challenge our understanding of the galaxy itself. Today, we're exploring 10 groundbreaking discoveries that prove interstellar space is nothing like we imagined. The magnetic field mystery. The first shock hit scientists when Voyager 1's magnetometer detected something completely unexpected in 2012. Instead of finding chaotic, randomly oriented magnetic fields, the spacecraft discovered that interstellar space has a surprisingly organized magnetic structure. Dr. Leonard Berlanga, from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, was among the first to analyze these readings, revealing that the interstellar magnetic field runs nearly perpendicular to our solar system's magnetic field. This sharp 90-degree misalignment suggests we're encountering the edge of a massive galactic magnetic domain. The implications are staggering. These aren't local phenomena but galaxy-wide structures that could influence star formation, cosmic ray propagation, and even the evolution of planetary systems. The magnetic field strength measured at 0.4 nanotesla is actually stronger than predicted, indicating that interstellar space contains more organized energy than our models suggested. This discovery fundamentally changes how we understand magnetic field interactions on galactic scales. The cosmic ray bombardment. Crossing the heliopause in August 2012, Voyager 1 immediately encountered a radiation environment that defied all expectations. Dr. Edward Stone, the mission's project scientist since 1977, watched in amazement as cosmic ray levels spiked by 300% almost instantly. These high-energy particles, accelerated by distant supernova and black holes, bombard everything in interstellar space at intensities that would be lethal to unprotected astronauts. The cosmic ray subsystem aboard Voyager detected particles with energies exceeding 100 million electron volts, radiation levels so intense they would fry electronic equipment within months. But here's the most surprising part. The cosmic ray patterns aren't random. Voyager's instruments have measured systematic variations that suggest interstellar space has natural radiation corridors and safe zones. These findings prove our sun's heliosphere acts as a far more effective cosmic ray shield than anyone realized, protecting Earth and our entire solar system from this invisible galactic storm. The plasma wave discovery. Silence doesn't exist in interstellar space. Voyager 1's plasma wave subsystem, designed by Dr. Donald Gurnett at the University of Iowa, has been detecting constant low-frequency oscillations since entering the interstellar medium. These aren't random static, they're organized plasma waves that create what scientists now call the interstellar hum. Operating at frequencies between 2 and 3 kilohertz, these waves indicate that interstellar space is filled with electrically charged particles constantly in motion. Dr. Stella Ocker, a Cornell University researcher, recently analyzed 5 years of this data and discovered that these plasma oscillations change frequency as Voyager moves through different regions. The waves intensify near density boundaries and quiet down in more uniform areas, creating an acoustic map of interstellar structure. This discovery proves that interstellar space isn't a void, but an active medium where plasma waves propagate across vast distances, potentially carrying information about distant stellar explosions, magnetic field reconnections, and other galactic events happening light-years away. The local interstellar cloud. Voyager 1 isn't just floating through empty space, it's actually swimming through what astronomers call the local interstellar cloud. Dr. Priscilla Frisch from the University of Chicago has spent decades studying this region, and Voyager's direct measurements have confirmed her theoretical models. This interstellar cloud extends roughly 30 light-years in all directions around our solar system, and contains about 0.3 atoms per cubic centimeter, which is incredibly sparse by Earth standards but still significantly denser than the cosmic void beyond. The cloud formed approximately 4 to 5 million years ago when multiple supernova explosions carved out a cavity in the interstellar medium. Voyager's instruments have detected the cloud's temperature at around 6,000 Kelvin, and confirmed it's moving relative to our solar system at 26 kilometers per second. As we drift through this cloud over the next 50,000 years, it'll gradually affect Earth's climate by modulating the cosmic ray flux that reaches our planet, potentially influencing cloud formation and atmospheric chemistry in subtle but measurable ways. The heliosphere's true shape. Everything we thought we knew about our solar system's protective bubble was, well, wrong. Voyager 1's journey has revealed that the heliosphere isn't the neat comet-shaped structure you might remember from textbooks. Dr. Merav Ofer from Boston University has been leading research using Voyager data, and her team discovered that our solar system's boundary is far more complex and turbulent than anyone predicted. The heliopause, that's the boundary between the solar wind and interstellar medium, varies dramatically in different directions. While Voyager 1 crossed this boundary at 121 astronomical units from the Sun, Voyager 2 encountered it at 119 AU, but in a completely different region with its own distinct characteristics. NASA's New Horizons spacecraft, still approaching this boundary, is providing even more data points that suggest the heliosphere might have a more irregular, possibly even fragmented structure. This discovery has profound implications for cosmic ray shielding and helps explain why the interstellar medium penetrates more deeply into our solar system than models predicted, creating these complex interaction zones where solar and interstellar forces are constantly battling for dominance. The density fluctuations. Interstellar space actually has weather, and Voyager 1 is our very first weather station beyond the solar system. Since 2013, the spacecraft's plasma wave instrument has detected at least 5 distinct density variations in the interstellar medium, each representing a different climate zone in deep space. Dr. Bill Kurth, from the University of Iowa, analyzed these fluctuations and found that interstellar plasma density can change by factors of 2 to 3 over relatively short distances. The most dramatic shift happened in 2014, when Voyager encountered a density spike that lasted several months, indicating passage through a compressed region possibly created by stellar winds from nearby stars. These variations aren't just random, they actually follow patterns that suggest interstellar space has structure on multiple scales. Some regions are compressed by shock waves from ancient supernovae, while others are rarefied cavities carved out by stellar winds. Voyager's measurements reveal that our local interstellar cloud has internal boundaries and substructures, making interstellar space far more dynamic and organized than the uniform medium astronomers once envisioned. The galactic coordinates. Every measurement Voyager 1 takes is helping scientists build humanity's first three-dimensional map of interstellar space. Dr. Nathan Schwadron from the University of New Hampshire leads the team creating these galactic coordinate systems, using Voyager's position as a fixed reference point about 15 billion miles from Earth. The spacecraft's current trajectory takes it toward the constellation Ophiuchus, where it will continue for thousands of years unless it's deflected by gravitational encounters. But Voyager isn't just traveling in a straight line, it's mapping magnetic field orientations, plasma densities, and cosmic ray gradients that, vary by galactic location. These measurements reveal that interstellar space has preferred directions and asymmetrical structures aligned with our galaxy's rotation. The magnetic field Voyager measures points toward the galactic center in some regions and away in others, suggesting complex field line geometries shaped by stellar formation and supernova events over millions of years. This galactic GPS system will eventually guide future interstellar missions, helping them navigate the invisible currents and radiation zones that Voyager is now charting for the first time. The temperature paradox. Interstellar space is simultaneously scorching hot and freezing cold, and Voyager 1 has measured both extremes. The interstellar medium itself reaches temperatures of 50,000 to 100,000 Kelvin, hot enough to vaporize any known material. Yet, Voyager's instruments register near absolute zero temperatures because the particle density is so low that there's virtually no heat transfer. Dr. Gary Zank from the University of Alabama explains this paradox. Individual plasma particles move at tremendous speeds, which means high temperature, but they're so spread out that the spacecraft actually experiences the cold of deep space. Voyager's cosmic ray subsystem has detected temperature variations in different regions of interstellar space, with some areas reaching 200,000 Kelvin, where shock waves from stellar explosions have compressed and heated the plasma. These temperature measurements reveal the energy budget of interstellar space, showing how supernova explosions, stellar winds, and galactic rotation, pump energy into the interstellar medium. Understanding these thermal processes is crucial for predicting how interstellar gas eventually collapses to form new stars and planetary systems. The communication miracle. Keeping Voyager 1 alive and transmitting from interstellar space represents honestly one of NASA's greatest technical achievements. Suzanne Dodd, Voyager project manager at JPL, oversees a mission using 1970s technology to communicate across interstellar distances. The spacecraft transmits with just 23 watts of power, less than a refrigerator light bulb. Yet NASA's Deep Space Network can still detect its whisper-faint signals after they travel for 22 hours at the speed of light. In late 2023, Voyager suffered a critical computer failure when cosmic radiation corrupted its flight data subsystem. Engineers led by Linda Spilker performed digital surgery across 15 billion miles, reprogramming 1970s computer code to bypass damaged memory sectors. The repair took months because every command required a 44-hour round trip for confirmation. By April 2024, they successfully restored communication with all 4 active science instruments. This remarkable resurrection really proves that American engineering from the space race era was built to last, giving us precious additional years of interstellar data from humanity's most distant explorer.
The Golden Record's journey.
Beyond its scientific mission, Voyager 1 carries humanity's greatest time capsule into eternity. The Golden Record, curated by Carl Sagan and Ann Druyan in 1977, contains sounds, music, and images representing Earth's diversity in 55 languages. Dr. Timothy Ferris, who produced the record, selected Bach, Beethoven, Chuck Berry, and traditional music from around the world. NASA engineers designed the record to survive billions of years in space, with instructions engraved in pure gold showing how to play it and how to locate Earth. The record includes greetings from President Jimmy Carter, UN Secretary General Kurt Waldheim, and children from all around the world. As Voyager travels toward the star Gliese 445, it'll make its closest stellar approach in 40,000 years, passing within 1.6 light-years of this red dwarf. Even after Earth's continents drift beyond recognition and human civilization evolves beyond imagination, the Golden Record will preserve our 1970s snapshot of humanity. Carl Sagan called it a bottle cast into the cosmic ocean, and now that bottle has reached the interstellar sea, carrying our message to whatever intelligence might someday find it drifting among the stars. Voyager 1 has shattered, well, just about every assumption about interstellar space, revealing a cosmic environment that's structured, active, and far more complex than we ever imagined. From magnetic field mysteries to plasma weather systems, this 1970s spacecraft continues revolutionizing our understanding of the galaxy itself. Voyager proves we live in a protected cosmic oasis, shielded from the harsh radiation of deep space. So, which discovery amazed you most? Drop your thoughts below. If you loved exploring these interstellar revelations, hit that like button, share with space enthusiasts, and subscribe to Future Facts for more incredible cosmic discoveries.